What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Fire Force, this time with part 2 of season 3, episode 5, I guess. Was a pretty underwhelming episode for me last week. I didn't really see anyone else disappointed, so I guess I'm on a bit of an island with that, but didn't really feel as like grandiose as maybe it should have, in terms of like scale and just in the fact that that was Raffles, who we heard so much about. He's doesn't really didn't really stand out. I don't think. Like I'm just gonna forget about him in a few weeks, which is a shame because again we had so much interest built up around him and his like very funny enough with Shinra being Jesus, he almost had like a bit of a kind of biblical way people spoke about him in books and such. So yeah, hopefully today will be a bit better. I'm expecting it to be because every other episode this season has been very good. Just floating face, dude. I mean, even in the opening, it looked pretty fucking lame. Which is funny as well because the style of Fire Force and Soul Eater is my favourite thing about these shows. I think that's the only like character design I've thought has been like quite bad so far. But I feel like it's bad because it's trying to be accurate to something, maybe historical or religious, rather than it just being designed like that because they wanted to. At the center of the world. Jesus. That's the thing. He's still a hero to someone. Some people. No, at the very least, his brother Show. Yeah, good decision. This guy's a fucking asshole. Then again, so are you. Is that the ginger kid? Who I said last week we hadn't seen for a long time. Yeah, like even like the damage, there's like hardly any damage to the surrounding area around here. Just another thing that made last week's fight just feel very small in impact. Temporary invincibility. An incredible power. No matter how long for. I mean, obviously, the longer the better, but even if it is for half a second, that's still an incredible ability, isn't it? Especially if you can use it over and over again. Well, this woman might as well be on our side now, so. You have no duty. That would be my first guess. Nobody's got any faces. There's no faces here. Training academy flashback here. But we really had seen very little of this, had we? Kind of skipped over a lot right at the start of the show. Oh wow, he was popular with the ladies, was he? A pet. Montgomery. That would not have been the name I would have thought for Hogan. Okay. Montgomery. I mean, I think the only other character I've heard called Montgomery is Montgomery Burns from Simpsons. Not exactly the same type of character as this. Actually, I have played football with a Montgomery before. Pretty good guy, actually. Called him Monty, though. But yeah, I do find it amazing. They'll be finding time for stuff like this. And they've got so much left to adapt, supposedly. Like I said earlier, it's actually a bit more surprising we're doing this now than at the start of the series. This is Camelot. Look at that background, man. That looks so soul-y, doesn't it? It's Adolf. Smoke him. Oh my god. Got a green goblin ball. Here we are. Not exactly the strongest group. Not sure how long I'm going to be able to last. Give me, but I feel like if even two of the better white clads come here, we're just done for now. Although I've never really been able to tell the leader's kind of strength out, and yeah, two. Although this is the necromancy woman, so she's not that special. I don't think. I mean, the necromancy is really good. Don't get me wrong, but it could have been worse. But yeah, I don't know how strong the captain is. To be honest with you, we've rarely seen him like properly tested. I don't think, and he's just like a normal guy. But he's like one of those normal guys that are just ridiculous. So that's that arrow. She should be pretty awesome here. Yeah. She should be very handy dealing with loads of these mobs. No move name for her? Oh no, not. I wouldn't say no. She's doing her job. I mean, you forget what your job is. Oh, go on, Logan. Go on. He's already done better than just Shinra done most 3 seasons before this. But yeah, good job, you. I do like Charon. I think he's well. Yeah, I'd say he's probably my clear favourite of the White Cloud. Pretty awesome guy. So I mean, I don't want to root for him here per se, but as like a character, I kind of am. Jesus Christ. Is that a reggae ship? Did he say? That's pretty cool. I was gonna say, it looks like the Titanic. It's a big ass fucking ship, bro. It doesn't really look like Titanic. It kind of looks like a commercial kind of luxury cruise ship mixed with a Titanic. Like it's a fucking behemoth of a ship, this, isn't it? Bloody hell. Interesting though. I mean, I never really questioned it because it's one of those anime things. Especially in Soul Eater, there's always like a couple black characters. There's a couple like different like races and such. So I never really questioned it. But I guess that is a question maybe some people had of like, oh, why is there black people in Japan? It's because they flocked here after the cataclysm. The ancestors sang reggae songs of love. He let aboard the future Raffles. Was Raffles an immigrant as well? Was he? To be fair, he doesn't. He didn't look Japanese either. So yeah, he kind of looked Irish, a little bit. But just another one of those things that made last week disappointing. I don't really care. That guy's gone now. Well, that's a pretty cool little lesson there. Got quite a bit of Ogun today, haven't we? I do feel like they probably did condense this a little bit though. There's maybe even more to cover here. Why do you think that, loser? Get him, Chara. I mean, he seems it, doesn't he? It's the bloody invincible. Yes. He's just going to take it though. As I said, I mean, everybody's been struggling with this guy since season 1, so yeah, even more backstory. Again, can't lie, it feels pretty late in the game for this. I feel like maybe we should have done this in season 2 with Ogun. It was a reasonably big part of season 2, wasn't it? Better late than never, though, I guess. Those hits do not sound good. Why are we watching, guys? Can we fucking do something about this? Why is everybody just reacting and watching? Do your jobs or fucking or help. Come on. Fuck, the soundtrack right now is sick. Oh, finally. Fucking finally, bro. Got a chunk out of him as well. Nice shot. Little do you know, they all want you to die because they're all just fucking watching. Except for this guy, finally. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. One of those things where you got to you got to think about if you're gonna have the characters reacting to the fight, they've either got to not be able to help or not want to. In this case, everyone's reacting and no one's fucking doing anything. It's like if you, why'd you have time to react to this if you're doing your job? Probably one of those things that is a bit different compared to anime and manga, though, isn't it? In an anime, it stands out a bit more of like, why are you guys not helping? Whereas in the manga, you can kind of just you could probably just like fill in the blanks of them like just looking behind them quickly for a second to see what's happening while they're dealing with their own thing. But yeah, pretty good episode. Again, it's pretty interesting kind of time wise that they decided to focus so much on Ogun. As I said, I feel like this maybe would have been better paced if this was in season 2. But I guess this kind of these lessons, as we saw with the basketball there, is coming up right now. So maybe that's why they decided to save it till now. But yeah, pretty good episode. Oh, there's the is it Witch Doctor? The guy with the scary mask. Is it a Witch Doctor? The Witch Doctor mask? I feel like it's not. I feel like it's not called that. Witch Doctor mask. I spelled that correctly, didn't I? No, it's not a Witch Doctor mask. Plague Doctor mask, that's the one. What the hell's a Witch Doctor mask? Oh. Not really such thing. But yeah, pretty good episode. Again, just find like the pacing just really interesting. Like, I'm all for like these flashbacks and such, but it did kind of stop the flow of the episode a bit for me. Don't get me wrong, I like seeing this stuff. I wish we would have got it sooner, as I keep saying. But like every like 3 minutes, we go from defending to flashback to defending to flashback. I think this was one of the most interesting. I would have liked to see more of this, and maybe even like a big segment of them actually like dealing with trying to immigrate over here. I think that would have been really cool. But as I said, it kind of just broke up the pacing of the fight a little bit. Like, I think they did it pretty decently at this segment where the actual contents kind of come into play with the fight. God forbid it took fucking forever to anyone to actually help. Even after the the flashback was over, finally someone did that. But yeah, it did kind of break up the flow of things a little bit, in my opinion. Like again, one time you're like, okay, 2 times, okay, then like 3 flashbacks during this fight scene. It's like, oh, you're overdoing it a little bit now. Like, surely you could have just like played all 3 of these back to back, or a couple of them back to back, or something. But it just kind of felt like it broke up the pace. I'll say the soundtrack was brilliant during this episode. Really, the heroic kind of soundtracks really was really uplifting. Well, that was really cool, and nice to see a bit of focus on Ogun, who we've had a little bit of. I mean, in season 2, he was a reasonably big part of a few episodes. I think we've known him since season 1, and it was always like a cool character, but no one you actually cared about too much. He was just like one of the better side characters. So nice to see him getting so much exposure during this episode. But yeah, other than that, pretty decent. Like, the action wasn't anything crazy. I mean, it was just fighting kind of usual Infernals until the Ogun versus Sharon stuff, and it's almost a bit of a shame because I do really like Sharon as well. It'd be a shame if he kind of goes down so early, because he's been a constant kind of thorn in our side. Like, as the character said earlier, he just seems invincible. I haven't got my head fully around his powers. He did explain it last. I don't know if it was last part or season 2. I forget which one exactly, but he did explain that it works as in like he just like absorbs the blows, but while he's trying to hit back with his own, that is when he is vulnerable. I think Shinra managed to get through a little bit during their last fight using that kind of tactic. So really impressive that Ogun's done as well as he has, to be honest with you. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comment section. Again, not as disappointing as last week, but not as good as the previous 3 episodes. I think the first 3 episodes this season were absolutely great. These 2 have been a little bit lesser. This one mostly just for like the pacing of the flashbacks, and I think you could also tell, maybe I'm wrong here because I haven't read the source material, but I think you could also tell there's probably meant to be more in these flashbacks as well. There's probably meant to be more substance and more time spent on them, because they were over like pretty quickly, and they didn't add like the immigrant stuff like added a little bit. Little basketball game added a little bit, but they don't felt like they, for how yeah, they just like they felt simultaneously as they broke up the pace. They also feel like they should have been longer, and they should have added a bit more than they ended up adding. It just kind of almost served to get in the way a little bit. It's just my thoughts, but as I said, I'll be looking forward to hearing what the source material readers have to say on that, because had 3 flashbacks being like a minute or two long. Like, surely they should have been longer, right? But yeah, again, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll catch you guys next week with episode 6.